so at a girl in the middle of it all. I don't know her name, but her face remains the same. I blame myself for not going that way.
Hi, welcome to this next episode of I Always Wanted to Do That. Now, I know you've seen several episodes already. This one is going to be really interesting. Today, veteran interviewer Mike Davis is going to talk with Brian Scituate, photographer, about the interesting way that he's moved from a hobby into what will eventually, I believe, be a profession, if not a profession already. So let's go ahead. I think I saw Mike's car drive in just a minute ago. I'm not sure where he is. He was down there somewhere. Mike?
Hi, Al. Hi, Brian. Mike Davis from Scituate Community Television.
Pleasure to meet you.
Glad to meet you too.
Thank
I understand it's probably an understatement if I say that you're into photography. You're beyond just getting into photography.
Yes, it's really a passion of mine that I truly enjoy.
Yeah, and you've been doing this for how long now?
It's been about 4 or 5 years, I guess now.
4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
And any formal background?
No, I actually I went to school to study exercise science. But what happened was my father, retired police chief Brian Scituate, he always used to take me out during the northeast storms we would have, and one day I picked up my camera and started taking pictures of the town when it was, I guess you could say, at its worst. And it's something that I kind of enjoyed, and just the rest is history, I guess.
You had the eye for the scene, maybe?
I guess so. You know, I just truly enjoyed the power of the ocean, just seeing the fury of Mother Nature, and I think it's tremendous that we live right here in Scituate, where you have beautiful days like today, yet you have days where it can be really chaotic, I guess.
Yeah, chaotic is to say the least. And also, I think one of, and I mentioned it to you earlier, something that our viewers would recognize is the famous, I call it famous because it's famous to me, the shot of the lighthouse with the moon. Mm-hmm. And that one is one of your, probably, I hope, your masterpiece.
Yeah, you know, I enjoy all my pieces, but I think that was back, I believe it was 2012. It was a supermoon, and that's like a common thing now. Whenever there's a full moon, you hear, oh, it's going to be a supermoon. But this night happened to be a supermoon, and I, you know, kind of looked up some information and figured, you know, hey, it might be good to get a picture by the lighthouse. And sure enough, I claimed a spot over on Museum Beach, and I was in the right spot, perfect place, perfect timing, and I guess you could say that is the picture that put me on the map.
For sure. Well, we have a copy of it at home, and I'm sure a lot of our viewers do also. If they don't have a copy, they've seen the photo. Tell us a little bit about, you're doing total digital? Are you totally digital?
Yes, you know, it's I've seen some folks that stick by film. Personally, I've never used or done film photography, but some people swear by it. But I think it's nice to be able to go out with the technology these days, the digital cameras, take a picture. If it doesn't look right, you know, you can look at it and adjust your settings and go from there.
So has this ever really been more of a hobby? Is it developed into something more?
It's actually something that's grown steadily, I guess you could say, over the past few years. It was kind of a side hobby. My full-time job is actually working with young adults with special needs, but I try and set some time aside to get out and take pictures, you know, either during sunset or sunrise or during storms. So it's become something I just truly enjoy, kind of like a stress reliever. You know, just a way to kind of leave things in the past and just get out and enjoy the beauty of the town.
If somebody wanted to get into photography as a hobby, how would they go about that?
I think what you got to do is not be afraid of your camera. I often refer to the camera as a dumb box. You know, you can buy a really expensive camera, or you could buy a point-and-shoot camera for not that much money. But if you're going to put your camera into automatic mode and assume it's going to take good pictures, I think you might be disappointed. So I encourage people to take their camera, experiment with the settings, and try different things, because you know, if you make a mistake, like I said earlier, you can try again and try and get it right. So the cameras these days are capable of so much. So just be willing to take a chance and be creative with your camera.
So it wasn't like in the old days where you really had to be stingy with the film because you had to do, you know, buy film and then do developing and then see what you had, so you didn't want to take a lot of extra shots unnecessarily.
Yeah.
And today you can do just much anything.
Well, most of the cameras these days, they have little screens, so you can instantly take the picture and then see what it looks like. And you know, as I said, if it doesn't look right, you can adjust the settings and try again. And that's great.
Yeah. Well, is there any other advice other than don't be afraid of your camera that you might have for someone watching this segment with us today?
I think just you know, have your eyes open. You know, especially here in Scituate. You know, we're you know, fortunate enough to live in such a beautiful community. If you're out just taking a ride, you know, just try and have your camera with you, because chances are there's something that's going to be photo worthy, as I like to say, and it's sometimes when you least expect it. So just have that camera, be willing to take an adventure, and I think you really enjoy yourself.
Tell us a little bit about cell phone cameras. I mean, everybody seems to have one of those. I know some of them aren't very good, but some are. We won't get into which ones are better than others. Mm-hmm. But is that a good place to start, or should you stay with a camera specific?
Yeah, you know, the cell phones these days, they've come a long way. I know I have an iPhone, and I think they're out with the iPhone 6 right now. And those they take tremendous pictures, and you know, it's relatively easy. It's certainly not as bulky as a camera would be. So if it's convenient for you, you know, the pictures that can be taken with a phone, you know, work pretty well. Personally, I like the camera and the tripod and like to go out and get myself set up. So I think it's kind of, you know, a personal preference. You know, you can start with a cell phone, and if you find photography something that you truly enjoy, you know, you can invest in a lesser expensive camera and kind of work your way up to a full frame DSLR camera, which is kind of more for amateur professionals and then professionals.
Are you doing any video at all, or are you doing pretty much all stills?
Pretty much just all stills. The video work, you know, it's just never really come into my mind. It's always been capturing the moment and
because I know a lot of people who have bought, I'll use GoPro as an example, that type of camera have come out with some unbelievable shots, and they do a nice job in high definition. But I think if I were going to, I wasn't into photography years and years ago, but I think I would like to stay with something more than a point and shoot, but sometimes that's just too convenient, so I end up resorting back to that.
Yeah, you know, like I said, it's all about gaining a comfort level. You know, I started with a basic point and shoot. I guess you could say I mastered that, felt comfortable with controls, but I knew there was more potential in cameras. You know, they could do more different things, and I was comfortable you know, with using it. They provided better resolution. So when
interchangeable lenses you use?
Yes, what it is the point and shoot cameras, usually those have a fixed lens. You can't remove the lens. And then the DSLR cameras, those are the ones where you have the camera body and you can put different lenses, a telephoto lens, a wide angle lens, a portrait lens. They have a lens pretty much these days for everything.
Do you keep a portfolio of your work?
I do. I actually, you know, again, we talk about technology. I have a Facebook page, so folks that are on Facebook, if they want to search Brian Scituate Photography, they'd find my Facebook page, and usually what I try and do is post a few pictures to that each week, whether it's something here in Scituate or if I'm, you know, out in another part of New England, or just anything. I went to see the fireworks the other night in Boston, so just any place I take my camera, just to try and keep people up to date, because it seems the followers that I have, they really appreciate it. You know, I guess I bring folks who have moved away from Scituate in the area closer to home.
Oh, that's nice.
For those folks that have since moved on.
Have you gotten comments on Facebook from folks?
Yes. You know, it's been pretty overwhelming. There was one picture I had close to 600 shares and close to 500 comments. Wow. And just you know, Facebook is an amazing thing about how it can take a picture and spread it, and so many people can see it, and that's that says a lot.
Especially after our winter, I'm sure there were a lot of photos with snowbanks higher than the both of us together.
Yeah, you know, and that's the thing. You know, again, just the area we live in. Here we are today. It's, you know, beautiful, 80 degrees. But I remember coming down here this past winter, and there was 4 feet of snow right where we're standing. So it's truly a unique location.
Wow, that's great. Well, Brian, thank you so much for your time
Thank you
today.
very much. Thank you for having me.
And I wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Take care now.
Wow, was that a story? I mean, here he is going around with his dad, Brian, police chief, taking photos of storm information to archive, and that led to his interest developing into photography. And he has a full-time day job, and sounds to me like a full-time photography job as well. So Brian Scituate, everybody, look him up. He has a Facebook page, Brian Scituate Photography. And if you want to hear more about other episodes, you keep watching. There are more episodes coming of I Always Want to Do That. And if you have an idea for an episode, a friend, or if you'd like to talk to us, then get a hold of us by contacting the studio at SCTV at ScituateMA.gov. That's SCTV at ScituateMA.gov. And we look forward to seeing you next time. Have a nice afternoon. Bye.
What if I came your way on this particular day? Well, I want to know you. Will you let me know you? Let me take this chance to say, let's go, let's go, let's go right now. Well, it don't matter where or how. Things like this that just can't wait. Let's go, let's go, let's go right now. I feel like needing, like getting around. Things like this that just can't wait. Her hair's tied back, she might be good, but she might be bad. Well, she might just be that girl I never had. Let's take a shot, 'cause it's all we really got. In this life you never know how things will go. What if I came your way on this particular day? Well,